Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday night, so we are ready to get back into it. All things The Bad Batch Season 3, Episodes 3 and 4, and I am here for it. Also here for it is, of course, we got the one, the only, a clone. What's up, AK?
I'm here, man. I am here waiting to talk about this. Let's go.
Oh, I like that background. That's looking sick. That's sweet. What's up, fandom? We ready to talk about some Bad Batch? You already came in talking some things about Crosshair. Like, what's really going down? You ready to get into it?
Yo, it is good, DJ, aka the fam, here to talk about the Bad Batch. Oh my gosh, finally Crosshair back in the crew, man. We've been waiting.
Oh, feel it. I see that it said it's gone live on my thing, but for some reason, like my YouTube. Oh, did it finally kick in? Oh, it just
it just kicked in. Mine was taking forever to kick in last night too.
That was kind of wild. Oh, crazy. But let's talk about it. Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 3, and this one's called The Shadows of Tantus. And time's still ticking as we see Omega's hair is even longer. Like, she's still a prisoner living under the same old mundane rules and the same old mundane every day. Like, how is Emery so okay with this way of life, AK? Or Amiri, I should say.
Maybe she's not known anything else. And she's just a rule follower, so it doesn't seem different. She doesn't see herself as being held captive. I feel like she has a bit of Stockholm syndrome and is maybe a bit too naive because she may not be seeing exactly what the real situation is.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Like, hardly, this isn't a prison. Like, no, this is exactly how prisoners have more freedom than you do. Are you kidding me? They at least get out of the cage.
Exactly. They at least get to go to the yard if they want to.
I mean, man, this is just brutal. But today is a bit different, though. Today they have a very special visitor coming, and the Emperor is coming to pay a visit, and Hemlock wants Nala Se by his side for this one. And the problem with is that she won't be there to destroy Omega's blood sample, which, as we figured, is definitely the key that Hemlock needs to bring whatever latest monstrosity to fruition that he's trying to make. So we see this is going to be a problem. But Nala Se basically tells Omega, time's up. You have to leave today or your life will be in great danger. She said, go to the lab, get my pad, and bounce. Like, this is a little girl. How are you going to put, I mean, maybe not that little, but kind of, like, how are you going to put that on her? Like, is that just too much for one girl to bear just, like, all of a sudden like that, fandom?
Nah, she had to go. Because, you know,
it's Omega.
That little girl, one, she was the Bad Batch. She was like, she got it. And two, her blood was the key to the point that she knew, like, yo, if they got that sample and studied it and realized something, okay, it's over. Because right now, it's like we said, like a previous stream, she was really just stalling until that day came, and hell, it came, so she had to go.
Well, she was looking for a weak point that she never found, but you're right. I mean, Omega was like, bet, like, I knew you were up to something. Like, let me go ahead and grab my guy and let me get the hell up on out of here. So I don't know. I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it have been easier for Omega to just swipe her blood sample and destroy it before Amiri got to it, AK?
I don't think she would have been able to stop the machine and pull it out without her noticing, because she was literally, like, right there.
I'm saying before that sample even got to the machine, like when Amiri was on her way out, I mean, some sleight of hand. This girl has been hiding stuff in front of people for days.
Possibly. But, I mean, plot.
Of course, she did get caught. She got caught with the doll behind her back. She wasn't smooth at that point for some reason. So, yeah, maybe she's lost her touch for so long. But, yeah, that was crazy. I was just thinking, like, you are smooth enough. You got the iPad right in front of her face, but you couldn't get the little blood sample? Like, I don't know. That was crazy.
Or, hell, I don't know, cause some destruction,
Distraction,
fall and trip and just, I'm sorry, I broke your samples. My bad.
These samples gone. We'll go ahead and
something.
Get some new ones. Yeah, exactly, because that's insane. That was dirty when Nala Se was just about to give up the name of the secret project that they're working on, only to get interrupted by Hemlock. I was like, project what? Don't leave me hanging like this.
Like, what is really going on over here, ma'am?
Tell me something.
We demand answers.
It's hard because Amiri does do her best to, like, kind of do right by Omega. Like, it's just not enough. Like, even tells her to, like, forget her chores and just go get some rest when she thinks she's not feeling well. Like, she really does care about her and tries to do right by her. But I don't know. Is she just not capable? Like, do her feelings just not work that way?
That might be in the programming.
What do you think, fandom?
Because he's pretty much like the reverse of Omega.
Yeah.
At least when Omega was on her home planet, at least she longed to go out and explore and stuff. not be confined.
Mhm.
This one, she was just like, AK Sarah, Stockholm Syndrome. She was just chilling, man. That's this point.
She's
But I
an
still want
emperor.
to know, like, where did Hemlock get her from? How was her life before she met Hemlock? Was she
I would like
okay?
to know that too.
That's the main mystery.
I
Right. Where
feel
did she spawn?
I feel like she was one because they said she got sent away. That's why Omega never saw her on Camino. So I think she got sent away to be a lab rat. And basically, they saw that she was a little bit different and more capable. And Hemlock grabbed her aside and said, "Hey, you can be my assistant. There's something special about you." Kind of like the Bad Batch is special.
Possibly.
That's how I think they met up. But yeah, because she said, like, he saw something special in me. So he allowed me to be his helper. So it had to be some kind of situation like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, smooth as she was about grabbing LSA's pad, I feel like she could have swiped that blood sample at some point. I was just like, I don't know. But yeah, like you said, plot. Lip arrives to see just how well his money's being spent, and he seemed pleased enough. Like, straight told Hemlock, whatever you require, you will have. Like, he said nothing was of more importance than the securing of the Empire than what you're doing. Like, what the hell are they creating in that lab, AK?
It's got to be some type of freaking super max clone, man. Like Homelander, Hyperion, and Superman all mixed into one thing. The man himself. Welcome back.
What's up, Jake? Good to see you out there. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, it was months that she's been in there, but I mean, still not.
Or like I don't know, some type of super scroll or something that they're working on. And it has to do with, whatever that gene is that they can pull from Omega, but I don't know what the true functions of that is by their definition. So they're still giving us more questions than answers.
So they said Project Necromancer. Ain't Necromancer's like bringing the dead back?
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's exactly what that is.
So they're doing some like witches
Interesting.
stuff. Like the witches of what you call it.
Are they making? Are they making more of them? Maybe.
Nah, because Palpatine was never a fan of those witches of Dathomir. So
no, but he might be
using to be risky. That'd be risky.
He's using their magic. What makes Omega special is whatever's in her blood keeps the M count neutral, and
keeps
you can transfer it to the thing. So it's exactly what they're looking for. I don't think that's in anybody else's blood but Omega's. And there's something
no destabilization.
Like they were saying, I mean, there's something about Omega. She wants to save everybody and always do good and trust in people. And we see like other clones are not like that. So that's another thing that's kind of different about her. She's definitely on a different level.
Right. And why is she like that? Like, granted, she was raised differently than the other clones. I think we saw that. But why? What's the science of it all? Like, I need them to break it down to the atoms so we know why exactly she's that special. And was it done on purpose, or was it just a happenstance of how they mixed her cocktail in the gene pool?
A lot of going forward is just being lucky. Accidents. Amiri goes to check on Omega and sees that she is not in her room. Like, how did she know to go check the kennels first? Like, I mean, was her daily thing just that small? There's no place else she would have went. I mean, she didn't go to Crosshairs.
Not because she liked. I think because she knew she liked the animals.
Like, just knew to go right there, right first, just to be right on time and catch him just as they're about to slip out. Convenient, I thought.
Or maybe that's what she would do if she was as reckless as Omega. That is her clone.
There you go. I like that. Even after all this, Amiri was still going to not tell on him about the attempted escape. But when she sees that they weren't going to cooperate, she felt she had no choice but to push that alarm button. And Crosshair stunned her, but not before she got that alert.
Not quick enough. I'm almost surprised he didn't pull the trigger faster than that. Right? I'm surprised he let her finish that sentence. Like, bro, how much have they been beating your ass that you are this out of character?
So,
like, what happened to you, my guy? What happened?
The chase. We needed the chase. That's the only reason why. I would have been shot. Because didn't we have this conversation before when he was like escaping and she caught him?
Yeah.
When who caught him?
What's her face? Oh my gosh.
Amiri?
Yeah. Because remember when he first time escaped and she caught him, she's like, hey, just don't escape. It's going to be worse. And then he just stunned her. So it's like, we've been around this before. So you just sort of stunned her the moment you saw her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you knew something was coming. Just get it down.
That's facts.
I don't know. Do either one of you still think that there might be some Jedi or something like that in going on in Omega? Because I just don't think she's got. I don't think clones can have the metachlorians, even though that
I
clone or
don't.
whatever had it.
That's why I need. That's why I need the gene report. I need to see exactly what is in her and why it's in there. I think it's a little too vague what we know now to be able to properly guess where they're going. More info.
Hold up, wasn't Palpatine in didn't we learn in Rise of the Jedi that Palpatine became like a clone or something?
Palpatine
They
became a
cloned, yeah, they
clone?
cloned, yeah, they cloned Palpatine, and then that clone had a son, and then that son had like Rey. Wasn't that the plot
What? I
of
don't
Rise
know.
of the Jedi?
I was so lost in that horrible movie. Maybe
Is Rey?
I
Is
missed
Rey?
that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched that. Is she related to Palpatine?
Yeah, she is. I think she's. I think because.
Granddaughter
I
or
think
great
because.
granddaughter?
Yeah, because I think Palpatine ends up himself a clone,
Mm-hmm.
and that clone had a child, and that child ended up having like Rey. I think that's the plot, and if so, this could just be like the precursor.
Interesting.
I gotta relook it up.
Well, I would need the dates on that. Cause where would that fit in the timeline? I do remember seeing something about her being related to Palpatine, but I don't know what the exact connection was. But is this timeline, would that fit for to put it paralleled with Rebels? Or not Rebels, the Bad Batch right now?
For what?
I'm trying to think for Palpatine and Rey.
I think this is
in the timeline that is. Yeah, I think this is before that.
I think this is before all that.
Yeah.
This is right after. This is right after.
Right after the Clone War, right?
Well, yeah, right after Ahsoka left the Order. Order 66 and all that.
Order 66.
So yeah. Oh man, crazy. Rey is Palpatine's clone. Palpatine survived episode 6. Yeah, how'd that even happen? I don't know. I kind of gotta go back and watch that. I don't even remember him talking about
it. I don't even want to rewatch it. That's the thing.
It's so brutal. That's why I haven't yet. But I mean, I'm gonna have to because I'm a little lost with how all that's supposed to work out. That's just not
right.
But quick aside, why did I giggle so hard when Omega booted that droid back from getting in the elevator and is all mad, started ramming the door like so stupid? But I was literally laughing at that. So
he was big mad. So did you just put your hands upon me? How dare you?
Just gave it the boot. You can catch the next one. Omega hits the crosshair swing to bust him out, and he's like a little hesitant about it. He goes along realizing like this may be his only shot at ever getting out, but he was not happy about it at first. And again, I ask what I always ask: wouldn't his path have been a lot easier if he would have slipped into one of those stormtrooper guard suits? They wouldn't have to been creeping so hard. They could have just acted like they were walking through all normal. Like I just don't understand why they don't do stuff like that. Yeah.
That's literally the only reason, because we know that he's smarter than this. And especially if once he finally decided to go ahead and join in with the espionage, the way his brain works, it doesn't make sense that he wouldn't have taken somebody's uniform, because that would have allowed easier access. So
yeah, exactly. He could have walked around freely, just in another. Nobody can tell who's in those things. Like, just put it on and go.
And put him in a suit, snatch up some random robes or something, throw on Omega, and then get Ghost.
Unless they didn't even know Omega was missing yet. She could have just kept walking around like in front of a stormtrooper.
Yeah, that's right. They did waste time standing there arguing.
Yeah,
argue while you're running. How about that?
Get out. Omega noticed Crosshair's hand was getting worse. Like, what happened to that? Or is it like from the experiments that they're doing on him? What do you think, Phantom? What's going on with that?
Yeah, it's the experiments. I don't think it's looking good for them to highlight that. Like, I don't know.
It's ongoing that they keep bringing our attention back to that. So
I thought something was going to happen when originally she sat down, but then she was just like analyzing the blood.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I want to know what's happening with Crosshair. Like, what they do to him? Why is his hand shaking like that? Which means he's not going to be able to be the Deadeye shot. Like, that's going to mess him up. He's not going to be as good a shot as usual. Because
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's not going to be this.
I mean, right? Yeah, that's just a fact, bro.
He won't be as steady, so that's going to end up being. That's going to have to end up being a
Instead of
problem.
killing 40, he's able to kill at least 20 now. So still good numbers.
He said, "Listen, I could take half of them before they realized what happened. Let's go." Like, yeah, well, guys, not okay.
Yeah.
They quickly realize the Emperor is there and that all shuttles have been grounded. But Omega remembers that a shuttle was landed before, right when she first got there. She thinks they may be able to use that radio to radio Wrecker and Hunter and let them know where they're at. And I was like, with Crosshair on this one, I was like, isn't that putting an awful lot of faith in a crashed shuttle? Like, you don't know if that thing powers up. You don't know what's happening. Like, I know you don't get a lot of options, but there's got to be a better one than that.
There's got to be something better than that. At least get one that's already in working order. Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know, Phantom. Were you down with that? Were you down with that plan? Or, I mean, like I said, I thought that was putting a lot of eggs in one basket and not a whole solid basket.
Mm-hmm.
No, I would have took that. That seemed like the only option at this point. Because at that point, I'm not sure. At that point, was like people were still on high alert because the Emperor was there, or no? Or did he leave already?
They
were supposed to be on high alert, but it seemed like they just took most people like away from the route that they were going to be walking.
They didn't get alerted to them being gone until the Emperor left.
I thought he was on his way out. Oh, that's right. It was when they were on the landing strip, I think. Yeah. All right. Real quick, for this episode, I'm gonna give it 7.5 out of 10 lightsabers, or I don't know, some of the bad batches, because I feel like mistakes were made and some things could have been planned out a little bit smoother.
A little bit easier.
A little bit smoother. But I will catch y'all on Thursdays. I must run away right now. Thank you for having me as always, my brubs. See y'all next time.
Absolutely. Be easy. Take care, and we'll see you soon. See you on Thursday. What? But Hemlock tells the Empire that the Emperor the position he'd like to be appointed to, and the Emperor said all in due time. You think he's like, is he just waiting for Hemlock to succeed, or is he just never going to appoint a man like Hemlock to that position, knowing that it would ruffle too many feathers? Like, is he just putting that carrot out in front of him, or do you think he's actually going to give him the position that he wants?
Carrot out in front of him. He just using Hemlock at this point. He's like using him to the point that, oh, good, you successfully did what I wanted you to do. Kill him.
Right? It's like, I would not trust that man. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna ever get what he wants. But Nala Se's standing there in the background looking all sad. Like, I don't know. It's almost like she knows her end is coming. Do you think Nala Se is gonna make it to the end of season?
It's sad, but also making sure she's like worried, like, okay, is Omega gonna make it out safely? Not get captured.
You think
if she doesn't get captured, she still is going to be on the run truly now, because once they analyze that blood, they know her blood's the key. So it's like shit.
So do you think Nala Se like really loves her like a daughter, or really had love for her, or do you think she just had love knowing that Omega was the key and so important to the science part of the thing?
One, she was important, so that's like one thing. She knew like Omega was important, but then the more like she's been near Omega through found her. Because if not, once they brought Omega there, it was pretty much just like using her. It's like, okay, if you don't do as we say, we're gonna do something to her. If she really didn't love her, she's like, oh, I don't care, do whatever, kill her, torture
her. Yeah, I get. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that she just didn't want her getting hurt and blood spilling out, and then they'd find out that it was the key. But yeah, I don't know. She probably does have love for her. I don't know. Those Kaminoans almost seem like they are soulless and don't have much love. They're just more scientists than human, it seemed like. But no, Omega and Crosshair make it outside, but that's just the start of their troubles. Like, not only are forces dispatched to catch them, but Hemlock released the Lurkers to hunt them down. So Amiri straight says, Doctor, the Lurkers will not bring them back alive. Like, how crazy is that? That he why would he want to just kill him like that? Is his reputation? Is he really that soft? His reputation is that important to him?
Of course, no one escapes this, man.
I guess deep down, he really doesn't care about. He already knows that Crosshair's blood's been tested and doesn't really matter much, so he could kill him regardless. And I guess the only reason Omega was there was to keep Nala Se intact. So, but still, because at this point, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is
Yeah, because
20.
he didn't know how important Omega was. And at this point, he already used Nalase. He hasn't like found the key yet, but he's like almost there with her. So at this point, he's like, "Yeah, I already got you working for me."
Yeah, but still, if you're that close to the finish line, do you want to take away the thing that you think's been making her work? All of a sudden, you kill her, and now all of a sudden, oh, I'm not going to help you do it now. You can just kill me. I'm not helping you anymore. Like, I was taking.
Yeah, that wasn't smart.
Hemlock was like, oh well, they're escaped prisoners. His ego just would not allow that or have that hanging over his head. I was like, you are just not thinking of the long kind. But speaking of head, what the hell was that beast from beneath that like came running out there? Like that thing looked like half dinosaur and half werewolf.
I was expecting something way, way worse. I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of anticlimactic." This is the thing that we heard in the first episode. That was growling and such. Like, all in fear, like, oh, if it goes out, if I go on the forest, oh well, too bad, so sad.
Dude, fear that thing. I don't want no part of that. But lucky for them, the Lurkers got there just as that thing was heading for them. But I don't know. And even with 3 of those Lurkers going, like that thing was holding its own against all 3 of them. Like, do you
Yeah.
think Crosshair's blaster would have even phased that thing?
Nah, it
'Cause
kind of like reminded me of that other monster in like on previous season when they thought that they can attack it, but it really didn't do anything to it.
yeah, that crew that crashed, they were blasting it, and it didn't sound like it didn't look like it did anything to them. So what Crosshair's just one blaster gonna do? Like that thing looked like it was not gonna be taken down by much. Once they arrive at the crash site, though, Omega rapidly realizes that the shuttle plan is not going to work. But that's okay. Crosshair's got another plan. It's like, that was pretty cool of him. She's like, all right, don't feel too bad. You got us this far. Let me take it the rest of the way, or let us get us to the next part. So that was pretty sick. And he distracts him with laser fire while Omega sneaks onto the ship, and she almost gets caught, but receives a little aid from an old friend. Like, we already knew Batcher was going to come back and save them at some point, didn't we?
Of course, I thought at one point I thought it was Batch who sent those 3 people, the other 3. I was like,
Oh,
no. I thought he just went out in the wild, tamed the whole crew, saved them for last minute, but nah.
We called it last episode, though. We knew Batcher was going to come back and save this girl. So Omega gets to the ship's blasters and just lets loose. And this gives Crosshair enough cover to get aboard. And not only him, but Omega never wanted to leave a friend behind, whistles for Batcher to come aboard as well. So, like, before they make for the stars, she's got a new pet. I was like, oh no, that's one hell of a new pet she adopted. Are you taking that beast on the ship with you?
Of course I am. Get out of here.
She's like, she saved our life. We're doing it. Oh man, what if that thing gets hungry and decides to eat you in space?
Nah, she got it tamed.
Oh, I don't know about that. She had it tamer. I don't know if it was tamed. That's taking a
I
gamble.
mean, in the previous episode, they could have like bit her hand off, but it didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's one time it didn't, but I don't know. Iffy animals. That was crazy. But the dispatch troopers are hot on Omega and her stolen shuttle, and they even landed a shot that had the shuttle smoking. And I know it's a dire situation, but do you think it was smart to like jump into hyperspace with a smoking ship that had a hole blown into it?
I would have done it too. You
I mean,
got freaking Hemlock and his crew coming after you? Nah. And this is literally like your literally your shot of escape. I would have took it. I would have risked it.
I guess it was pretty much like right, boom, boom. Like they had just kind of fallen off, and he was like, punch it, and they took off. So I mean, maybe they didn't even realize that the troopers had been called off and weren't going after him anymore. But oh man, yeah, that's dangerous going into hyperspace with a half working vehicle like that. They were chancing it. What they didn't realize was that the troopers had just, like I said, fallen back. I don't know. I think you're right. They had to get out of there anyway, regardless. This is your one shot. You better take it. Because Amiri had just figured out and told Hemlock that Omega is indeed the key, and they were able to escape. But like Hemlock said, 'tis but a small setback because he has all the full resources of the entire empire at his disposal. So it really probably wouldn't be that hard to track somebody down. Hemlock says, we will find her. And Amiri looked like a little conflicted. You think she's going to end up helping Omega in the end of this, or I don't know, be her demise?
I'm like 50-50. Because at one point I thought she was going to help Crosshair, but she never did. Omega, it's like 80-20. So we don't know. Again, I just need that flashback of like how she was before Hemlock to truly know, like, is she devoted? Because right now she's devoted to Hemlock.
Feel it. What do we think of this episode?
I enjoy the hell out of it. In previous stream, I was like debating whether or not will she escape this early, but apparently she did.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mary does seem to care about her. I'm leaning on that way too, that she actually does care about her, but I mean, I don't know. As much as she can care, I just feel like she's not very empathetic. I don't think she has her emotions work like other people's. I think she's more like a tech. Like she's just more about the science and just the business of it all. Like, and if she does have, maybe she does have emotions like Tech, and like Tech said, I just don't show it like everybody else. But I don't know. There just seems something off, something a little off about Amiria. Something we're gonna find out something sinister about her by in the end of it, I think. But we shall see. I'm here for it. I can't wait. I'm absolutely loving it. What do you think of this episode, all in all?
Yeah, good episode.
Is this all right?
I know it's like this, and or was it the next episode? No, I'm like with AK. It was a good episode. But then when you start thinking about it, like, hold up, wait a minute.
Oh, that I liked it. I was down with it. I thought it was pretty sick, and I'm glad they escaped early enough. So I was like, we're gonna have to build the plot, and we're have a lot more happening this season instead of just running around this facility being locked up. So I'm here for it. That's tight. I liked it.
Eventually, they have to go back though.
Oh, of course. Where she that's yeah, that's crazy. That's like the first thing she said once they crashed. I was like, what? This little girl is relentless. But we got to talk about it. But first, we just got two quick little trivia questions. If you're watching and you know the answers, put them in the comment section. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. To what position does Hemlock want to be appointed?
Science division.
It is. Do you remember what he wants his title to be?
The master of science. The master. It was something master. I know it wasn't.
You're right on it. Like you're all over it. There's a specific name, but you're pretty much right there, all over it.
It wasn't master of science. I can know
that. You're right there. It's two words. It starts with an S, and the other one starts with an M. You're right there. Oh, Jacob. Dude, Jake is back. Check him out. He's got it. Absolutely correct. Scientific minister. Boom. Nice again, Jake. Damn, he was on it. Yeah, you were all over it, though. You were right there. And last but not least, question number 2. What plan did Crosshair and Omega use to hijack the shuttle and escape?
Damn.
He said, do you know plan? And she said, yep. Tech made me memorize all the plans.
What do you mean the plans? They don't follow plans.
Hey, Lottie V, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. You watching Bad Batch?
Hey.
Season 3, loving every minute of it. Oh, if you know that one, what plan was it? Put it in the comic section, or if you're watching later, put it in the comic section down below. It was not 30. What did I say? 34? That is incorrect.
99?
It is not 99. So yep, put that one in the comment section. We're gonna keep it moving, but that was episode 3, and I thought it was dope. I loved it, and we're about to get into it. Bad Batch season 3, episode 4, a different approach. And well, just what we're worried about is indeed a problem. The ship's been shot, and it is malfunctioning on multiple levels, going through hyperspace. And I gotta say, like, Omega's already become a heck of a pilot. Like, her and Crosshair should have been doomed with that crash landing, but Omega ends up pulling it off. So, and it also seems like she can fly pretty much any ship, as we see later. So she gets down as a pilot.
I mean, remember, she was like learning how to fly without a damn seatbelt, so she better learn how to damn fly.
Oh, I think she'd be giving Hera a run for her money at this point. Not too far off. Maybe not Hera, but she's not too far off. She's getting it. And not just fly them, like when Crosshair told her to bring the staplers back on, like she was already on it. Like she seemed to know just what to do in every situation and every emergency. She's like, I am already working on that. We are 3 steps ahead of that. Let's go.
Yeah, she'll probably become a pilot in the rebellion.
Absolutely, if she makes it. Sweet little Omega just barely escaped with her life, and seconds after crash landing, the first thing she's thinking about is how long until we can go back. Like, just always thinking of others at the risk of her own well-being. Like, as we see multiple times throughout this episode, like, just how much of a hero is this little girl?
I'm like, first, could they have a breather first? Talking about, oh, we gotta go back. Like, I don't know about that shit.
Like,
Like the
girl,
man, like the main mission's getting you back from that place, and instantly, like you leave, gotta get everybody else. I'm like, what?
we are not 3 steps off this crashed ship from just getting out of there with our own necks barely intact, and you are talking about going back already. Like I said, this girl is relentless. But Hemlock goes to confront Nala Se about Omega, and she is quick with an alternative answer. But Hemlock wasn't about to buy it for her. She's not buying her best. Like, he finally realizes why Omega is so important to her and that she is actually the key. He can't wait to get her back and actually test it for sure. Do you think the clones feel climate? Because like every time they showed Omega's breath, I was like, can we get our girl a coat? Like, it looked like she was freezing out there.
No, I'm pretty sure they do. Wasn't it the episode where the avalanche happened? Like they were cold or something.
I don't remember that one. They got caught in
That or
the
just maybe the suit that they're always in has some type of heat thermal maybe.
Oh yeah, there you go. But so naive, Omega really thought she was just gonna waltz right up to like the ticket counter and sweet talk her way onto a shuttle. I was like, come on, girl, you are smarter than this. I thought when she was walking up there, she actually had a better plan than that. Like, how can she be so smart at something and so daft at others? Like, what is
To the
up with
point that even I knew eventually I had to like try the sweet talking would have led to money. Instantly I would have knew that. And for her to just think that by her looks alone, like get out of here.
it's just like, what are you doing here? Are you kidding me? That was just insanity.
Even Crosshair was like, what is she doing?
He's like, yeah, I thought you actually had a plan. She tries to bribe the ticket lady with no money, like, and then is shocked when like she heard the prices. I was like, what do you think was gonna happen? Like, this is how you guys have been getting around the galaxy. You should know these prices. You've been dealing with Sid. You know how much she charges. You should be
He
used to
said,
that.
bro, like both of y'all. Ain't like I'm not charging for the animal too. Like what?
You're lucky. I'll throw that in for free. Now go get me my money. So the two head into the city to try to think of a way to hustle 30,000 credits. And lucky for them, they run across the bar with a card game. My kind of spot.
I'm about to say, yo, DJ must be loving this episode when I saw this.
Absolutely. Was that the same card game that Han Solo lost the Millennium Falcon to Lando in?
It could be.
I think it was. I think that was the same. I think that was the same poker type game. Why is Omega such like a natural strategist? Like, which also makes her an excellent gamer. Like, is that her special clone power that she can just jump into any situation and figure it out?
Nah, I don't think that's her power. But she was like learning on from what should I call it, goggles. But every time, like one day, was she always playing with them, or was it Wrecker?
Not poker though. They were playing that Cybas, that chess game.
I would, I would like learn from friggin' goggles. Honestly, damn, I forgot his actual name.
Tech.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I just
Remember when he played chess against himself? It was like I would play against the best person. So she should have like learned something from him.
Yeah, but that's chess. This is poker. This is a whole other game. That's all I'm saying. Like, okay, I get how she was good at the chess game or whatever, but how is she just good at all games? Like, she's just gonna jump in. Like, how gangster is she out there just gambling with no money? Like, lesson to be learned, folks. Always make them show you the money that they actually have it before agreeing to a bet. I was just like, this girl is just out there gaming with no cash. Like, that's all right. They don't know that. I was like, Omega, gangster. And of course, she just wipes the floor with the house sharp. But like, just as she's trying to leave, the unscrupulous captain of the city walks in and decides he would like a shot at this seemingly well-studied player. She was like, "Oh, you got to get out of there faster than that, Omega. Like, get your money and run. What are you doing?" I think Omega was trying to say no at first, but like, oh boy, was quick to like, I insist. Like, she had no choice. I don't know,
Plus,
but
it was an officer. At this point, it's like, okay, let me just agree with what he's saying. Just don't play more heat on me.
I would have just played for super small stakes, let him win, and got out. Like, what are you doing? Like, be careful what you wish for, though, because it wasn't long before Omega wiped the floor with him too. And I don't know, like I said, how is she so good at all these strategy games? Like that chess game, she won their freedom playing. She's just automatically good at this poker game. Like, how is she so smart at these games?
think Tech sort of I can't talk strategic moves, like in life,
Maybe.
in life, and
Seems like
besides
she's.
just
Yeah. What's that?
besides just game, just being strategic in general, and they just adapted that to like everything.
Yeah, it seems like she's always got some kind of plan, always has. So it's just weird. She's always been good at that. Sid asked her back then, like, how is she so good? And Omega just shrugged. Like, I thought at some point they might explain it all, but I don't know. You think they ever will?
Nah,
Just leave that one open. Kind of make.
maybe she'll be in season 2 in poker.
Nah. I was shocked when the captain actually paid Omega, like when he lost, but then not shocked at all when he actually asked for half of it back. You think he was going to do that no matter what, or was it just that he knew that they must have been from?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You just said like I got taxes everybody, so regardless.
He's like, "Oh, I'm not done with you yet. You ain't going nowhere yet." I was like, "That's so messed up." Like he just stroked him. Then, even dirtier, he steals her pet and then charges her to get it back. Like, how shrewd and ruthless is this bastard?
Yep. And then the kid outside was like, "Oh, I know where your pet is, but that's gonna cost you for the information." And Crossy was like, "Yeah, I had enough of this." I was dying.
Unbelievable.
He said, "What was it like? What was it, 15 credits or 30 credits?" He's like, "Yo, enough of this."
Like, I've had enough. I'm about to roll you upside down. He's like, he should have just been even shooter. Like, look, I'll give you 1,000 credits. Tell me now, or I'm gonna like put your head up against this wall. She's the one in the natural first game in the player. Yeah. Was a natural from the first game she played. Yeah, she's a natural from all the games. Somehow, some way, she is just gifted at all like strategy games. So I just think that's something in her DNA and another part of like the Bad Batch all has their gifts, and that's hers, like strategy and being able to figure things out. And there's going to be a reason for that in the end, I think. She is the one. When they find out where Batcher's been taken, Crosshair was like ready to go the other way and make their escape. And Omega was like, you think Omega was risking too much to go back and get Batcher? Or I don't know. Are you with Crosshair? Would you have bounced, or are you going back to get your pet?
Nah, that pet was ride or die. That pet came back and helped her. I had to go home.
You're risking everything to go back and get the beast, huh?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. It's like, man, Omega is too important. You got to get this little girl and get her out of here. I don't know. I mean, is it really worth risking all that? But you're on this weird planet, but I don't know. Your shuttle's out there. People are going to find it. Like they're going to be after you. I don't know. Get up and get out. Did you ever think Crosshair was not going to go back for Omega? Did you ever think he was really going to leave her?
Of course not. This is the same that previous episode was like, "Hey, if you're gonna escape without me, I wouldn't do it. Get the hell out of here." We all knew that he was gonna escape. Omega was there. He was gonna double back for her. This is the same man who like really tried to escape and just to get a message out, try to protect her. Stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. He was never leaving our girl. He does indeed come back to help her free Batcher, and she instantly starts talking about wanting to free all the animals. Like, it is just never enough with this girl. Like, come on, we got your dog. Let's go. Of course, then I started thinking, though, like, that might be their best plan of escape since they get stuck in here. Just let all the animals out to get past the troopers, like, have them be the distraction. I don't know. Were you thinking about that before they even did it?
Now I didn't even think about it like that.
I was like, because they get stuck in here, like that may be their best way out. Just open up all the cages, and that's exactly what happens.
Remember, I see Crosshair and say, "Hey, I can kill 40 people, so hey, this has been nothing, a piece of cake."
Right? And even Omega finally comes to realize that not every situation has a peaceful solution. Like she finally realizes that they're going to have to fight their way out of this one. And she was like, fine, let's do it your way. And he was like, oh, it is on. He was so ready to put in work. Like, he's like, I have been being good for too long. Can I just kill somebody or shoot somebody? He is done. Also didn't take long to do what I thought, like, and free all the animals to make their escape. Like, they were on that one quick. And we also just knew that, like, Tech making Omega learn about every other ship in the Empire fleet was going to come back into play at some point. And here we are. Seems like she can literally pilot anything that's out there.
Yeah, at this point, when this is all said and done, if she survives at all, she gotta be a pilot during the whole rebellion.
Should be sick with it. Crosshair says the Empire will be able to track the ship, so they need to ditch it. And she says, yep, and knows a remote spot just where to do it. She also just happened to already get a message to Hunter and Wrecker to meet her there. And Crosshair tries to warn her, like, they may not still be alive, but she knew better. Like, her boys will be there. Like, what? What do you mean it's only been months? You think they've been living all this time and just in the last couple of months they got? Like, come on. But is that just maybe because he's so beat down? Like maybe he thinks they're getting beat down too? I don't know.
At one point, I was like, was it the last coordinates? But then when they landed, the ship was there. I'm like, okay. Hopefully, they didn't get the ship like stolen again. And then you see Wrecker come out.
Tell me you didn't get a little misty-eyed when you saw the Marauder and saw her and the fellas reunite.
Of course. So like finally took them like how many rotations and finally they got back together. What got me irked was at the moment they were like, "Oh, how did you get back here?" "Oh, I had some help." And you see Crosshair come out slowly, and then you hear the music tone change. I'm like, "Hold up, what you doing here?"
You could cut the air with a knife when Crosshair walked off that ship and showed his face. Like, yeah, why so bitter? Like, especially Record. He was totally down when Omega said like where he might be alive. Like when they were first talking about to go save him, he was the first one. Like, we don't leave a man behind. So why is he so bitter now?
Exactly. Plus, you just lost a brother. Like
Right?
at this point,
Let's get one.
bygones be bygones. You gotta get the whole crew back. Stop it.
And Hunter invited him back in the crew way back on Camino. Like, I get it. It would be a bit of a rough start, but I don't know. These fools look like they were ready to start throwing bows. It was an intense situation. I was like, come on now. We know where this is going. Settle down. We're all upset. We're not happy with the way things went, but we see what was what. Like, let's move on. So what's going to happen? Is Omega going to talk him into going back to free the other clones? Like, I feel
Definitely, that's it. Even though they want to retire, but most definitely.
What if Hunter's like, nope, we just got you back. We're not chancing it. We are absolutely going back to Pabu and living on a beach for a while.
Yeah, that should be the back and forth of it all.
Omega's not having that. Omega's going straight Echo on him. Like, we cannot rest while our other brothers are in this. Like, I fear that planet may be our boys' final destination.
I think they're gonna die.
Yeah, I think that. I think they go back there and they don't make it out.
I'll be okay with that.
See,
I still think they're gonna die left and right, except for Omega. She's gonna be like the last one to survive.
Oh, that is just brutal. No way.
One by one, they die.
No, come on now.
If that happens, yo, best Star Wars animated series ever.
Crosshair's down trying to do. Yeah, he was getting he was down. But again, like they beat him down. I don't know what tests they were running on Crosshair in that facility, but I mean, he looked like a beat dog. Like he looked like his soul was crushed and may not be able to come back. It was bad. So yeah, I was kind of feeling bad for it. Crosshair was just done. I'm surprised he made it this far and actually got out. But yeah, that was an awkward scene. I mean, you knew it was going to be a little tense when they all met up again, but
that was like really intense. Like, oh my god! Like, I didn't expect them to hug or anything, but oh my gosh,
we didn't need
the looks they gave them.
I know. Look, isn't that messed up? Like, Phantom's like, they can all die. We're good. I'm like, nah, what? Like, can't we just retire on Pabu on a beach? Why we gotta die? What is that about? That is just messed up. Oh, yeah, I think, they said this is going to be the final season. Like, nothing's ever final. Like, you never know. They could always do some offshoot or whatever.
Yeah, better they can cameo on other series. You know?
Yeah, but this is supposed to be the final season, 100%. So, I don't know. I want him to retire in the sunset. I don't want him to die. But the fact that we've never heard about him, like, in later shows or seasons, it seems like somebody that legendary would be somebody we would have seen somewhere. So, I don't know. Maybe they were in Rogue One and we didn't even know it. And they just got blown up on that planet. They were retired there hiding and we don't even realize it. And that's where they died.
Could be.
Yeah, that'd be a way to button it up. Boom. I'll give you that one for free, Filoni. Oh, what do we think of this episode?
It was a good episode. Mine's a whole stare down.
Oh, that was a bitter ending. I know, like Jake was saying earlier, it's like this was a hard one to watch and not go on to episode 5 and see what happens next.
Yeah, I want to see the next episode. I gotta know what happens.
Oh yeah, I'm down. Definitely be watching that tonight. So we will definitely be back with 5 and 6 on Thursday. I think we got just a couple of trivia questions for this one. Yep, got a few of these. If you know these answers, put them in the comment section. If you're watching later, put them in the comments down below. What did Omega and Crosshair not have that prevented them from traveling?
Operational ship.
I can't say you're wrong. But what did the travel agent ask them for that they did not have, which stopped them from
Oh,
getting
it was like a pass. Was it a pass? Like a boarding pass or something?
It was something like that, yes. Anybody have any idea what stopped them from getting on the shuttles? What they required that they did not have?
30,000 credits.
That's what they had to get. That's what they had to come up with because they didn't have this. Nope. So, yep, if anybody's watching later and knows that one, put it in the comments. No, that's not what it's called. What was the little street boy selling out in front of the bar? Ooh, that's a deep dive.
Oh, shit. What was he selling?
What was the little boy out there in the street selling?
He's selling food?
If you know that one, you are an avid fan and know all about all because that is a deep dive. If you know that one, put it in the comment section down below. And how much was he selling it for?
30,000 credits? I mean, everybody was after 30,000 credits. 15, 1,000.
He said
13.
It was a fruit. Oh, you get a half point. You get half credit for that one. It was a fruit. Do you know the actual name of it, what they called it? And no, that is incorrect. What did the ticket lady say the illegal tickets would cost Omega?
30,000 each?
That is incorrect.
What?
What
was it 15?
There we go. 15 credits each. 30,000 for both of them. And she'll let the mutt go for free. The beast rides for free. Oh, what hand did Omega play to win the card game against the captain? There's another deep dive.
A royal flush?
What hand did Omega play to win the card game against the captain?
Queen's diamond?
30,000 total was correct. Oh, that's a deep dive. If anybody knows that one, put in the comment section down below. What was the name of the hand that she won the game with?
Of course, this would be a trivia question. I should have go down the whole freaking match.
Something to do with card games? You already know we're going to talk about it. How much was the fine that the captain charged Omega for gambling?
15 credits.
That is incorrect.
10,000 credits.
Hey, that is correct. Nice second guess. 10,000 credits. Exactamundo. Well done, you. Oh,
they were lucky they got enough because first they gave him 10,000, the kid gave money to the kid. I'm like, yo, at this point, are you gonna get 30,000?
Right, don't even have enough left. Wow, Jake, that is a sick call. 110% correct. 3 Eastern Stars is the hand that Omega played to beat the captain. Dope call. Well done, you. What a sick call. Oh, I heard Tantus in the name and the font of the fruit. Oh, it actually sounds like a sneeze. I'll tell you that. So, yeah. But, yeah, you said, that's why I had to double it. I was like, oh, whoa, what is he? But, yeah, you're close. But, yeah, it's close. And, yep, 10,000, absolutely correct. Oh, and last but not least, how many times did Hunter say they crossed the galaxy looking for Omega?
Is it 4 rotations?
That is incorrect.
5 rotations?
That is correct. It was Wrecker who said 4, and Hunter came out and corrected him and said 5. Crossed the galaxy 5 times looking for that little girl. Oh, and they finally got her back.
That's crazy. 5 months? Yikes.
Yeah, Jake's got a crazy good memory getting those one. That was a deep, deep cut. That was so sick. Yep, 5, absolutely correct. Jake just aced this one today. Well done, you, sir. Oh, so that's going to do it for us. We're going to be back on Thursday for episodes 5 and 6 and keeping this party moving and get this season in. Man, I'm absolutely loving the Bad Batch and can't wait to see where they end it. Anything out the door you got to say about it, fandom?
They better not do my homeboy Crosshair dirty.
Just let them be part of the crew and let bygones be bygones and keep it moving.
Yeah. I need to know more about this shaky hand thing. Is it truly going to affect them?
Yeah, it's definitely going to stop him. I hope he doesn't end up getting got because his shaky hand stops him from making the shot that he needs to make at some point. It's nice to see them finally reunited. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have to wait too much longer. I'm glad they got it in, and now we can get on with the rest of the story for this season. It's going to be tight. But yeah, you guys take care. Take care, Jake. Take care, Ludi, Lottie Doofy. And yeah, we're definitely going to be back here on Thursday. So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here till we see you on Thursday. Be easy, everybody.
Give me them credits.
10,000 of them. 30. Oh, shit. Did we get it under? Yes, we did. What did I say? 51. Bada boom, bada bing. That will do. Nice.
Oh, still says live, though.
Still says live where?
On my end.
Oh, yeah. It did end stream and then it didn't end it. Huh? We got a little